Hey guys, Game Ross here. Welcome to another my budget build guide, and in this video I'm gonna talk about my skeleton Mage Necromancer. And I'm gonna talk about my unique items first. I'm using this Severed in Sleep Cutlass, and I picked this weapon for this build because it gives me some attributes for dexterity, because you're gonna need for this build. Also, I'm using this Essence Worm and Set ring, and I'm using two of them. And in these rings, I'm using Zealotry and Anger. And lastly, I'm using this Alberon Warpath boots, and I'm only using this because of the 1 to maximum number of skeleton. And for the rare items, first is this helmet. I crafted this 1 to maximum number of skeletons. And for the amulet, try to get this 1 to maximum number of skeleton. And for the rest of the rare items, they are just basic life and resist, and also try to get some dexterity for the gem requirements. And for the shield, try to get as much spell damage, and if you can get fire damage as extra chaos damage, that's better. And also get some cast speed. And for the flask, I'm using defensive flask, and I'm using bismuth flask for more elemental resistance, granite flask for more armor, and quicksilver flask for increased movement speed. For the gem setups, I'm using summon skeleton with spell echo, lesser multiple projectile, elemental focus, minion damage, and control destruction. Now, whenever I find mobs that has I'm just gonna call it the Undying Aura, I switch to this Pierce support gem with lesser multiple projectile. And against boss fights, I switch to this slower projectile. And if the boss moves around so much, I just use this Pierce. And on my boots, I'm using projectile weakness, elemental weakness, curse on hit, and stormbrand. On my shield, I have summon chaos golem, level 1 clarity, and level 1 precision. And on On my helmet, I'm using Race Zombie, Minion and Totem Elemental Resistance, Fortify, and Minion Life. And on my weapon, I have Flame Dash, Spell Cascade, and Desecrate. On my gloves, I have Ball Haste, Generosity, Flash Offering, and Increased Duration. And I just want to mention that I'm using the Haste Aura. For the Pantheon, I'm using this Soul of the Brine King for the 2-second stun immunity, and Soul of Growth Coil for the physical damage reduction. For the Ascendancy, I'm using Necromancer, and I'm using Invoker and Bone Sculptor for increased minion damage, and also you will summon 3 skeleton per cast and +2 to maximum number of skeletons. And also I'm using this Commander of Darkness, which will give you 3% increased cast speed per active aura. And right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 active aura, so this node will give me 15% increased cast speed, and also it will give me 30% increased damage and 20% to all elemental resistance. Also, I'm using this Puppet Master, which will give my minion increased movement speed, cast speed, and minion damage. For the skill tree, I'm using this Necromantic Aegis, so my minion will benefit from this shield. And also I'm using this Elemental Equilibrium, and also try to get this nodes reduced mana reserved, so you can fit all the 5 auras. And also I'm using this Whisper of Doom, so I can apply an additional curse. And for the jewel, try to get this Dead Reckoning Cobalt Jewel, and I'm using 3 of them. And for the rest of your skill points, try to get those life nodes and minion nodes, and also those nodes that will increase your number of skeleton. And yeah, that's all I can say about this build. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next video.